Hello Wargamers, brothers. Zachareus here with another Blood Angels in 7th edition video. This one talking about HQ choices, just kind of generally. Starting with the generic choices, the Reclusiarch, the Librarian, and the Captain. You're probably not going to see them if you play against Blood Angels, and you're probably not going to field them if you play Blood Angels. And the reason is they just simply cost too much to justify their inclusion in your list. They are cheaper than the special characters, but they bring far less to the table. And what's more is that with the prevalence of allied detachments now, or just other detachments, it's far easier to take allies that will give you a far cheaper version of what you could otherwise be fielding that does the exact same thing. So that's really all there is to say about that. The special characters are a very different story, though. There's a couple of things that I think are very cool thematically that kind of bind all the Blood Angel special characters together, or at least most of them anyway, and that's what this video is mostly going to be talking about. The first one is that most Blood Angels HQ special characters and some of the 9HQ special characters provide some sort of squad-wide or army-wide bonuses that are going to adjust how your army is going to be built and how you're going to play your army when you're actually on the tabletop. And I think that's very cool because fluff-wise, Sanguinius was the leader of the Emperor's Honor Guard. He was a brilliant tactician and he was a great leader. And I think it's very cool that they kind of brought that through and used that in the Blood Angel special characters. They typically are going to give you some pretty neat bonuses that are either going to make you very happy or very sad, depending on, you know, what era you're playing the Blood Angels in. Currently, that's not really in a great spot, but it's still a very thematically sound choice, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they address that with the upcoming codex. The second one is that there's not a single Blood Angels special character that wears Terminator armor. And there are several that wear jump packs. And as a Space Marine army that has multiple special characters, I think they're unique in that regard. And I say that because there are several Codex Marine armies that have their one special character that wear Artificer or Power Armor. But any of the other Marine armies, Chaos Marines included, that have multiple special characters they can choose from, I think that Blood Angels are alone in that they have no Terminators. But they have tons of jump packs. And formerly they had a character that was capable of behaving as if he had a jump pack. That's not the case anymore, but he's still pretty fast anyway. So that once again emphasizes the mobility that the Blood Angels really like, and it kind of keeps them, you know, cohesive within their fluff, is that they are more interested in getting places faster than they are in just being able to take a punch in the face. And the third thing is that because they are typically quite fast, and because they typically give the units around them pretty solid bonuses, or will adjust your army's composition in such a way that you're going to be going for a very particular method of winning, they typically are not very durable or strong in close combat themselves, which, with a couple exceptions, is also a little bit bizarre for a Space Marine army. There are certainly other Space Marine characters that aren't really fighters, but for the Blood Angels, these characters were clearly supposed to be able to take the fight to the enemy themselves in 5th edition, they're no longer really capable of doing that. The prevalence of high AP, or low AP weaponry outside of close combat, especially in these two more recent editions, with the plasma and the grav guns and the rail guns and the melta-guns all kind of making a resurgence, and with the missile launchers, you know, kind of almost non-existent. Or if there are missile launchers being used, they're not targeting characters. They are far more susceptible to being killed before they can get to combat than they were in the past. So you're really going to have to rely on the bonuses they provide the squads around them if you're going to field them. And you're going to have to send them after more tactical, use them more tactically anyway, than you would have had to in the past. You're going to use them to hunt down squads that are securing objectives more often than you are going to go send them after the enemy's Death Star to rip it apart. That's just not something they're capable of doing anymore, even if they were in the past. So that's one of the big issues plaguing them at the moment. So with that said, the next video, which will hopefully be coming out later this week, I'll talk more specifically about each of the HQ special characters that are available to the Blood Angels, and why you would or would not pick them, and maybe a little bit about what I hope to see done with them in the upcoming codex. So until then, leave any comments, questions, whatever you got in the comments below, and happy wargaming.